Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. I hope everybody's having a great Sunday. I sure am. Hoge Coin is holding steady at 45 ten thousandths. That's 3 zeros 4 5. And like I said, we knew it was gonna dip today. We knew it was gonna go down. And that's great. That's fine. I'm not really having any worries about it. I've been hearing a lot about yield farming, right? And I just want to kind of touch on yield farming, okay? Um, Now, when you put your money in a bank, right? The bank lends it out to, and say, a mortgage. The person that's paying the mortgage pays interest. Fees are associated with that loan. You get well, now you get very little of that. Back in the day, in my grandparents' time, they were used to 4% interest, 6% interest. That's how it was. But now we kind of have that opportunity again with our crypto assets. On Gemini, for instance, I use Gemini, I use Coinbase. I believe Coinbase is the same, but Gemini has Gemini Earn, right? So if you see, I lowered the brightness on this monitor, so hopefully you guys can see it. Just let me know what's going on, right? But with Gemini Earn, if you have $10,000, say on DAI. Now DAI is fixed to the dollar. I'll mention that in a second. But say you have $10,000 on in DAI, you're going to get $740 annual percentage yield every year. And that's rad. That's great. That's way more than a bank's going to give you. Now, these cryptos that are fixed to the dollar, right? They stay right around the price of a dollar. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this will bring in a lot of people that are people that have their money in banks, and they're like, well, I don't want to get involved with that whole crypto thing because it's too volatile. Who it goes up, it goes down. Yeah, I'm going to get interest, a good yield on my assets, but if the volatility causes it to go down, I'm going to lose more money than I'm making on this interest, right? But when it's fixed to the dollar, they can lend it out. They can get their fees and get their monthly recurring payments from people that made loans, and then you can get the money, and it's set to the dollar, so you're not really in a position where you could lose a lot of your initial $10,000 deposit, right? Now, yield farming, essentially, there's more to it. But essentially, say I have the DAI, I'm getting, $740 a year, and then I say, well, hey, Filecoin, well, okay. See, I kind of started off bad. DAI has a high return, right? But let's say we had Litecoin and we're getting 5.1% APY. And we say, well, okay, we have this, but now if I switch to DAI, I get 7.4%. And now these numbers change all the time, And some coins, they're not fixed to the dollar like DAI is. Chainlink, for instance. I have Chainlink. I'm a big Chainlink guy. Right now, Chainlink is paying on Gemini, Chainlink is paying 4.46%, right? Well, they were paying 7.5%. So it does go down. So essentially, yield farming is moving your money around in places like this to get a better interest rate, essentially like trading stocks or anything else. But you need to have a big bag because the fees, big bag as the kids say these days, the fee is associated with the Ethereum gas fees, and slippage with Hoge, these fees, they add up. So it's not really worth it to put in a small amount. It's essential that you have a decent amount of money in there. Real quick, I'd like to also kind of touch on the liquidity pool for Hoge. Okay. Now Whitebit, they don't have LP tokens, liquidity pool tokens, right? And a liquidity pool token is essentially it's a split token. It's if you have you put in $100 of Ethereum, you put in $100 of Hoge, well, the equivalent of $100 and $100. I'm just using that as a example, right? So you have 100 of Ethereum and 100 of Hoge, right? And then you make your liquidity pool token on Uniswap, right? And essentially when somebody says, okay, I want to transfer my Hoge into Ethereum, it's going to take the Ethereum from that liquidity pool token and it's going to take the Ethereum and give it to that person and take their Hoge and give it to the liquidity pool, right? And if somebody wants to say, okay, I want to buy Hoge with Ethereum, right? They're going to give their Ethereum to the liquidity pool, and you're going to give them Hoge, right? So that's basically just so it's liquid, so people can buy and sell Hoge all they want, you know. So just putting something into the liquidity pool isn't a terrible idea. It helps us, and you get a healthy return on it, you know. So and then saying, hey, I don't want to have my money on Gemini. I'm going to put it into the Hoge pool, liquidity pool, and that's yield farming. You know, that's moving it around. But moving it around is technically called crop rotation. You know, you're putting it in one thing, you put it in a crop rotation, right? Yield farming, right? Isn't that cool? I don't know. I just dig it. You know, I'm an old time farming type of guy, so I really think that's really cool. You know. And you know, another quick thing I want to talk on now: yield farming, crop rotation. These are cool concepts. This is pretty new stuff. You know, you gotta also remember that these are smart contracts, right? And now smart contracts are essentially like a program you set into motion. But once it's set into motion, you can't change it, right? So if it wasn't debugged perfectly, if these guys didn't think 10 steps ahead of what could happen in the future, sometimes these things come crashing down. Now there was a stock, or not a stock, a cryptocurrency called Yams, and I'm gonna make a video about Yams and what happened to Yams. It's very, very interesting. And just the term Yams is really cool too, because back in like I guess even kind of now, but really when humans first really started developing society, right? This is back in Africa, a measure of a man's worth and like his status was how many yams he got from his harvest that year, right? So the more yams you have, you know, you're a rich dude, right? And that song, I forget the guy that sang it as a rap song, King Kunta, and he's like, what's the yams? What's the yams? And that's what he's referring to. And that guy, I forget his name, I can't remember. He's some West Coast rapper, but that guy's a smart dude. Like he's a smart guy. If you really listen, he has the rap music and this and that, but if you really listen to his words, that guy, he's very learned on very ancient cultures and stuff. It's pretty cool. I don't know. But anyways, back to smart contracts, right? So smart contracts are basically like you start the blockchain, it gets started, and you can't change it, you know? And if they didn't if they didn't really think ahead, it could all get locked out, things could change, you know? And when you have like the Ethereum blockchain, right? And then you have Hoge, which is a offshoot off of Ethereum. And then you have liquidity pool tokens. Uniswap liquidity pool tokens are an offshoot off of Hoge. I mean, all these things are well, I guess I don't know if the liquidity pool tokens are really a smart contract, but either way, you guys understand where I'm going with this. But these are all built on each other, right? Ethereum is like the foundation. Hoge is the first floor. Liquidity pool tokens for Hoge they're the second floor, you know? And if something is wrong, the staircase isn't built right. We'll use the house analogy. The staircase isn't built right. It's not going to work good. There's a crack in the foundation. The whole thing could come tumbling down. So you have to be very careful. Now remember, this is money that you could risk this. This is a risk, just like anything else. Just like buying Boeing could be a risk. Now Boeing's on a pretty sick run, but it's still a risk, guys. You know, everything in life is a risk. And anyone that says they didn't know that is lying to you, you know. But yeah, you know, that's kind of a little overview of yield farming, fixed coins, and smart contracts, you know, and crop rotation. Love that term, crop rotation, you know. But yeah, so we're in a dip today. Today is the time to buy Hoge, man. I'm definitely gonna buy it in a little while because I like this dip, man. You know, 46 10,000 is looking great to me. You know, I was really happy when it came down, to be honest, because I was like, man, I'm throwing some more cash in there. Another thing is, boy, there's a bunch of Hoge YouTube videos coming out now. A lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon, you know, but they're fancy channels with intros and big lights and all this stuff. You know, I can't compete with those guys, but you know, hopefully you guys will dig, you know, stick with me and dig my content, and yeah, it's cool, you know. And come to the Discord if you haven't. Don't forget the silver bar giveaway, and you know, I'll talk to you guys soon. Hopefully we'll have some Hoge news tonight. If you liked the little thing about yield farming and crop rotation and liquidity pools and you know, smart contracts. If you guys liked it, let me know. You know, maybe I could do some more stuff like this. I wanted to tell you guys a story about yams. It's really interesting, and it was very it looked great. It looked like it was a great opportunity, you know, until, you know, but I don't want to spoil it now. But if you guys want to know about the token formerly known as yams, I'm totally down to tell you about it, you know. Just let me know, okay? And you know, I love you guys. God bless, and stay green, all right? I'll talk to you later. Bye.